Fox News alert, Ilhan Omar under investigation after racking up millions while she was in Congress.
$9 billion in fraud in the state of Minnesota.
$9 billion?
You don't think so?
Really?
Yeah.
50 Cent just made it crystal clear. He's not vibing with Ilhan Omar or her political takes. And honestly, a lot of people seem to agree with him. After Omar said that every undocumented immigrant should get free health care, 50 came through with some heat, calling it straight up madness because even U.S. veterans don't get that kind of treatment. The internet lit up fast, and judging from the comments, most folks are backing 50 hard, not just because of what she said about healthcare. People online are saying this hits way deeper, since Ilhan Omar is already caught up in some messy allegations about fraud and misusing taxpayer money. That's got a lot of people saying, why should she even have a say in where our tax dollars go? And just when it couldn't get any wilder, reports started floating around claiming Omar allegedly married her own brother to help him get into the country.
2018, as the poorest members of Congress, she had a negative net worth, negative $65,000 due to student loan and credit card and card debt. Ilhan Omar is insanely rich. She's worth $30 million.
Things are sounding real shady. That's why people are saying Omar might be the last person who should be talking about public funds. But hold up, it doesn't stop there. Some sources are now hinting that Omar and her husband might be tied up in all kinds of sketchy stuff connected to a Somali fraud scandal, and the accusations are just getting crazier by the day. After 50 Cent fired that shot at her over the healthcare talk, social media went full detective mode, pulling up receipts, old reports, and saying Omar has no business lecturing anyone about money when she's being accused of playing dirty herself. Things are getting spicy online. If you haven't been keeping up, here's the rundown. Federal prosecutors and Minnesota authorities have been cracking down hard on what they're calling massive fraud rings. And a lot of the suspects come from within the Somali community, accused of pulling off wild schemes tied to welfare funds, COVID-19 relief programs, and child care reimbursements. The Justice Department even labeled some of these cases as the biggest pandemic-era scams in the entire country. One of the most talked about groups caught in the storm, a nonprofit called Feeding Our Future. Now, to keep it real, this specific fraud case around Feeding Our Future isn't directly about Ilhan Omar. But here's where it gets messy. People online noticed that a few of the individuals charged in those scams had previously donated to Omar's political campaign.
Well, now investigators are tracking the web of fraud to other Minnesota Democrats, such as Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. Many of the suspects linked to the scheme live in her district, including a restaurant owner who hosted events for her. He has since been convicted of stealing $12 million in COVID funds.
Omar later said she gave back some of those donations once she found out what those people were allegedly involved in, but not everyone's convinced that's enough. The Trump camp definitely isn't letting it slide. Trump himself jumped into the mix, flat out accusing Omar of being linked to major fraud. He took to Truth Social and went off writing, "There is $19 billion in Minnesota Somalia fraud." Fake Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, a constant complainer who hates the USA, knows everything there is to know. She should be in jail, or even worse, sent back to Somalia. Considered one of the absolutely worst countries in the world, she could help to make Somalia great again. The post blew up instantly, and when Omar got pressed about all this, she didn't take it well. Instead of clearing things up, she dodged the questions and even snapped at the reporter who tried to get her comment. That move just fueled even more gossip online, with people saying she's hiding something big. Now this is where things get even wilder. Tons of videos, posts, and online commentators are saying they've got receipts linking Ilhan Omar straight to that massive fraud network. One user on X even dug up a clip showing Omar filming a video at the exact same restaurant that's being accused of running one of the biggest COVID-AIDS scams in Minnesota, where hundreds of millions were allegedly funneled into fake shell companies that claim to be feeding kids. The internet is losing it over this one. But that's not all. People have started digging deep into Omar's finances, and what they're finding is raising eyebrows everywhere. Reports say her wealth supposedly shot up by nearly $30 million in just 1 year. Now, commentators like Benny Johnson are calling that suspicious, saying there's no way that kind of jump happened without some shady money moving around. Johnson straight up claimed Omar and her husband padded their pockets by scamming taxpayers, pointing out how she went from one of the poorest members of Congress to one of the richest in only a few years. That's a serious glow-up that's got everyone asking questions. So, what's the story behind that sudden fortune? According to Johnson, it's all connected to major fraud and sketchy financial plays involving Omar's husband. He also brought up legislation she pushed through in 2022, something called the Meals Act. Johnson claims that this act loosened federal oversight on child meal programs, which allegedly opened the door for Omar's friends in Minneapolis to cash in big. The accusations keep piling up, and people online are saying the whole thing smells like corruption on a high level. We're talking about a scheme that allegedly ripped off the federal government for almost $500 million. That's not just pocket change, it's an unbelievable amount of money. Now, shifting gears to something that's got just as many people talking, Ilhan Omar's personal life. Let's get into it. Omar's been married 3 times, and her current husband, Tim Minett, is now right in the spotlight. Her relationship timeline has people online connecting all kinds of dots. It all started back in 2002 when Omar entered a faith-based Islamic marriage with Ahmed Abdisalan Hersi, and they shared 2 children together, but that marriage was never made legal on paper. After they went their separate ways, Omar went on to legally marry another man, Ahmed Noor Said Elmi, a British Somali, in 2009. 2 years later, they split through a faith-based divorce, yet legally, they stayed married until 2017. That long delay has sparked tons of rumors, and here's where it gets messy. According to social media chatter, that second husband, Ahmed Elmi, is allegedly Omar's brother. The claim is that she married him to get around immigration laws and help him stay in the country. People have even pointed out that Ahmed Elmi is now working as a postgraduate researcher at Bristol University. Whether that's coincidence or something deeper, the internet is buzzing with theories, and everyone's trying to piece together what's really going on behind the scenes. Ahmed Elmi, who's now working in gender research and critically queer studies, has sparked even more online buzz. Some people are now saying he might actually be Omar's gay brother, and that she allegedly married him so he could come study overseas. The story keeps getting wilder by the day.
Republicans have repeatedly stated that you committed immigration fraud. Are you at all worried about a formal investigation that could perhaps lead to your deportation?
Oh, you're one of those people.
I don't know what that means, but are you at all concerned?
But just when everyone thought it couldn't get any more chaotic, an old video started spreading online showing Ilhan Omar supposedly cursing out the United States. That clip reignited outrage instantly. People were furious, and now many are even calling for her deportation. Some are going as far as saying she should face treason charges. The reactions have been explosive. Even big names in politics jumped in. Senator Mike Lee reposted the viral video on X, writing, "No member of Congress should ever refer to our country as the U.S. goddamn states. What should be the consequence of saying that?" And then Elon Musk jumped into the thread, replying, "Whatever the penalty is for treason." That one comment alone sent the internet into a total frenzy. Now, to be fair, Ilhan Omar has completely denied every single accusation linking her to the Minnesota fraud scandal. She's standing firm, saying all these attacks are purely political and meant to destroy her reputation. Omar also slammed the federal investigation, saying it's caused confusion and chaos in her community. Still, people online aren't letting it go, and the drama just keeps snowballing. After Ilhan Omar doubled down and called the accusations politically motivated, the internet didn't calm down. If anything, it got louder. People started dissecting every one of her old statements, digging through interviews, campaign clips, and even her past tweets. The online crowd was on full investigation mode, connecting dots and claiming there's way more to the story than what's being told. Meanwhile, several media outlets jumped in, some defending Omar, others going full blast with new exposés and leaked screenshots. Conservative hosts on talk shows started questioning how a sitting congresswoman could be tied to such a messy situation, while others accused the media of protecting her. The headlines got wilder by the hour, and it felt like Omar was at the center of a political storm that just wouldn't quit. Then things took another twist. Rumors started flying that the House Ethics Committee might review Omar's financial disclosures again. People began wondering if new investigations could be launched, especially since her name keeps popping up in connection to that Minnesota fraud scandal. The talk online was that if anything new drops, it could completely shake her political career. But Omar's supporters aren't backing down either. Her team's pushing the message that this is all a smear campaign meant to silence a strong voice in Congress. Still, with every new post, video, or leaked document going viral, the situation keeps heating up. The court of public opinion has already made up its mind, but whether the legal system follows is what everyone's waiting to see next. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get any crazier, 50 Cent decided to stir the pot again. He posted a new clip on Instagram, doubling down on his earlier comments about Ilhan Omar, saying, "Man, this lady got some nerve talking about healthcare when she got all that mess following her." the post instantly blew up. Millions of views, thousands of comments, and people flooding the thread with mixed reactions. Some were hyping him up, saying he's the only one with the guts to speak the truth, while others accused him of just chasing attention. Either way, the man had the whole internet watching.
The one place where we thought we would never experience this is the U.S. goddamn states.
News outlets jumped on 50's post like wildfire, with commentators debating whether he was crossing the line or just voicing what many already felt. Political pundits on both sides started throwing in their opinions, some praising 50 for calling out hypocrisy, others warning him that mixing celebrity and politics can be a dangerous game. But it didn't stop him one bit. He even joked in a later comment that he might run for office just to fix the mess himself. The internet lost it over that one. Meanwhile, Omar stayed silent about 50's comments, which only made people talk more. Fans and critics started comparing her silence to guilt, saying she doesn't want to make things worse, while her supporters argued that she's staying classy by not feeding into the drama. Still, with every meme, tweet, and reaction video flooding social media, this feud between a rap legend and a sitting congresswoman has turned into one of the wildest crossovers of the year. Everyone's watching to see who'll clap back next, and this saga doesn't look like it's ending anytime soon. The drama just keeps on rolling, and now the spotlight's turning toward how all this might affect Ilhan Omar's political future. Inside sources in DC are whispering that her team is scrambling to do damage control, scrubbing old posts, reshaping her image, and trying to distance her name from every new scandal making headlines. Word is, even some of her allies in Congress are getting nervous, quietly questioning whether standing by her could end up hurting their own reputations. The tension behind the scenes is getting real. Meanwhile, social media isn't slowing down one bit. New threads keep popping up with people analyzing campaign finance reports, comparing dates, and trying to figure out how her money moves really line up. Every new receipt shared online sparks another wave of speculation, and people are calling this one of the most chaotic online investigations ever. Some creators are even making full breakdown videos, mapping timelines, highlighting connections, and asking if this could lead to criminal charges or just more political noise. But here's where it gets even more intense. Rumors are floating that 50 Cent might be teaming up with a major media network for an exclusive interview to talk about why he called out Omar in the first place. If that happens, it's going to set the internet on fire all over again. For now, both sides are holding their ground. Omar's camp saying she's being targeted unfairly, and her critics insisting the truth is about to come out. Whatever happens next, this story's got everyone hooked, and it feels like the next move could change everything. Ilhan Omar didn't just stop at defending herself. She's also accusing the Trump administration of racially profiling Somali Americans, claiming even her own son was recently pulled over by ICE and questioned about his citizenship. That statement hit a nerve online, with some calling it proof of discrimination, while others say she's just trying to play the victim card to shift the conversation away from the scandal surrounding her name. The divide is getting wider by the day. Just like everything else in the country right now, opinions are split right down the middle. But when it comes to Ilhan Omar, it feels like most people are watching her with serious suspicion. Between the fraud allegations, her tangled marriage history, that sudden spike in wealth, her husband's rumored business ties, and those viral comments about the U.S. goddamn states, a lot of folks are saying there's just too much smoke for there not to be fire. Whether these stories are politically motivated or not, one thing's for sure. The scrutiny isn't fading anytime soon. So now, it's your turn to weigh in. Do you think 50 Cent was right when he said it's crazy for Omar to push free healthcare for undocumented immigrants while veterans are still struggling to get proper care? And what about those fraud accusations? Are they just political attacks? Or is it time someone really investigates what's going on behind the scenes? Let's get the conversation going. Drop your thoughts below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment if you want to stay locked in for more breakdowns like this one. This story's far from over, and you already know, the next chapter could be even wilder.